Hello, everyone. I am excited to join you today to talk about a really important topic that is how to shift from being a musician entrepreneur to CEO. For those of you who are new to my world, my name is Dr. Fabiana Claure. I'm a pianist and a business strategist for musicians. I'm the founder and CEO of the Musicians Profit Umbrella, where we help musicians create financial and artistic prosperity, where they unite all of their skills into their own brand umbrella and build a global brand so that they can win back their time, create six-figure leaps, and do so without having to sacrifice their quality of life. The topic of transitioning from being an entrepreneur into a CEO is something that I'm extremely passionate about because in my own journey, from being 100% musician, pianist, performing concerts regularly, getting all of the degrees available, culminating in a doctorate degree in music, to then building in my own music academy along with my husband, co-founding our own brick and mortar music school, to then transitioning into leaving it in Florida, delegating it, re-optimizing it to allow it to run without us, and move to Texas to build a music business program at a university, to then running it for 5 years and then pivoting yet once again into building an online brand, an online business that helps musicians do exactly what I did. Know how to build businesses, know how to create their own livelihood. One of the most important lessons that I've learned in each of these different stages of my professional journey has been the importance of creating things that can work without us, allowing us to transition from being the musician entrepreneurs into really becoming the CEOs of our business and the CEOs of our life. And today I want to talk about some of the most important things that I've observed are qualities that allow CEOs, musicians to transfer from just surviving, from just building their businesses, from just understanding the basics of marketing and client acquisition into really building organizations that can run profitably without them needing to be involved every single step of the aspect of the business. Let me tell you this. When I started my first business back in 2011, never in a million years would I think that one day I would be running it remotely across the country profitably. Not only profitably, but it would actually be working better without me and my husband there involved in every single aspect of the business than being away and running it remotely. And one of the things that has allowed us to be able to do that and to create this type of trajectory of getting businesses to grow, to scale, and to then run without us has been three things that I'm going to share with you today. The first thing is when you are not only surviving in your business, when you've established a baseline of revenue that comes in, whatever you do as a musician, whether you're teaching, whether you're performing, you need to be willing to let go of control and create systems so that others can do what you have been doing. And this is oftentimes one of the biggest roadblocks for musicians because we can be very perfectionists and we can be wanting to be always on top of things and making sure that things are done exactly the way we want them to. So this is the first thing I'm going to encourage you as you're looking at this, just video I'm sharing and just wondering, what does this even mean to transition from being an entrepreneur to a CEO? I want to help you not just build a business, not just learn how to create revenue, but how to build something that can work without you needing to be involved every step of the way. So number one, you need to make a decision. It's really deciding that you're going to let go of the control of that perfectionist attitude and you're going to teach others how to do it for you. And you're going to be okay with the potential for them not doing it perfectly from the beginning and being okay with seeing what it needs to be done in order to help them get better results. So it's number one, deciding to let go of control. Number two, be clear on your priorities and design your life and your calendar based on what's most important to you. Most of the times when we're building our businesses, they can consume us. And I felt that on my own journey. Like I would eat in my car during trips and just like everything was so like upside down during the first few years of the business. It's almost like the business consumed me, right? And that can lead to quick burnout and feelings that you're just drowning in your business, right? So be clear on your priorities and be clear on how you want to live your life, what you want your schedule to look like so that you can design your business activities in function of your life, not the other way around. And I think this is one of the key distinctions that is that transition from just being an entrepreneur, just trying to survive, to get things going and learning how to make a living on your own to becoming a CEO and really seeing the bigger picture, the livelihood you want to create through your business, the long term vision you have for your business, right? It's about looking at that longer picture and how sustainable is the lifestyle that you currently have. If the way you've been living the last 6 weeks, the last 6 months is not the way you want to continue living for the rest of your life, chances are you're still stuck in the musician entrepreneur mindset versus looking at yourself as a true CEO, right? So that's the second thing. Be clear on your priorities and design your calendar based on what's really important to you, not the other way around. Do not compromise. I repeat, do not compromise, because if you are willing and let yourself sacrifice any aspect of your life, your health, your artistry, your family time, things that are important for you, just because you want to grow your business. And trust me, we've all been there. I can totally relate to that. You are going to get burned out and you are not going to have the energy to really build a sustainable long term vision and a business that's going to work flowing through you, not depending on you, right? And the third thing I want to share is you need to take ownership of the fact that in becoming a CEO and transitioning from being a musician entrepreneur to a CEO, you're going to develop new skills that you didn't have before. Just like when you were coming from being a musician into becoming a business owner, you had to learn new skills. Chances are you were not taught about business when you were going through your training and formal education, at least not at the same rate of what you learned in music. Guess what? Transitioning from an entrepreneur into a CEO, you're now going to learn new skills. You're going to need to embrace the fact that becoming a leader and leadership is actually a skill that needs to be learned and repeated and worked and troubleshooted, just like all the other skills that brought you to where you are. So, recognizing the fact that leadership is a skill and it's a new learning curve, and being okay with knowing that you need to manage others as the part of building a business, that you can't just do everything on your own, that your number one responsibility is empowering others to get results instead of leaning on only your skills to get results. You need to empower others and know how to teach others to get those same results, right? So, as we go through these three things, again, recapping, deciding to let go of control, allowing others to really learn your process so that you can relinquish that tendency for being perfectionist and let things off your plate, being clear on your priorities, designing your calendar based on what's most important to you, not letting things get, fall in the wayside, and then embracing your role as a leader and being willing to lead and to learn about leadership, to learn about team building, to learn about what it really takes to build a self-led organization as a brand new skill and not expect for it to come naturally. Those are going to be some of the most important shifts that you are going to need to take in order to really start transitioning from entrepreneur to CEO. And so, if this is interesting and you're curious about learning more, I want to invite you to join me next week, where I'm going to be walking you through 5 days of a masterclass designed exactly to help you as a musician entrepreneur really turn into the CEO that you've meant to be. It's going to be all about helping musicians learn how to scale their music businesses. I'm going to share with you the step-by-step strategies that I've used in my career that have allowed me to go from 0 to 6 figures in 6 months, and then in the last 2 years reach 7 figures between my two businesses in income. I'm going to walk you through those same strategies that have allowed me and my clients to also cross their own 6 figure leaps and get results in really becoming the CEOs of their business, not just the musician entrepreneurs, right? So if this is something you're interested, you would like to join me, it'll be a completely free 5 day experience. This is going to be in musiciansprofitmasterclass.com. I'm going to put the link in here real quick, so that if you're watching, you can join me. I'm just going to put it here, musiciansprofitmasterclass.com. And through this link, you will be able to join me, and we will be able to walk you through exactly the step-by-step process on how do you really position yourself, build a more concise brand, create yourself as a category of one in your industry, and above all, learn how to scale responsibly, right? Scale responsibly, where you're not just giving away all your time. You're not burning yourself out in order to grow more, but instead you're learning how to work more efficiently. You're learning how to create the right systems, the right team infrastructure to grow in a way that is aligned without having to sacrifice any aspect of your quality of life. Join me next week. We start August 1st. We're going to be meeting Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Visit us at Musicians Profit Masterclass, where we're going to show you all the strategies on how you too can transition from being the musician entrepreneur into really becoming the CEO of your business and of your life. Let's prosper together.